Hello. This is one of my newest projects here. This is a 1982 Yamaha XJ650 Maxim. Has 17,000 miles on the odometer. Picked this up on Craigslist for $250. So here's the backstory. Gentleman who sold it lived next door to a guy who owned this, and about 5 years ago he brought it over to his house to have him fix something on it. Forgot to ask what he actually fixed, but the guy ended up having a stroke and dying, so it sat in this dude's garage for a while until all the estate stuff and everything else got squared away. And then he listed it on Craigslist, and then I was over and I picked it up on the spot. It's really not in bad shape. Hasn't started in a long time, he said. As you can see, it's got some nests in it. Don't know what that does. Tires have a lot of dry rot on them. The back brakes work good. The front brakes were low on fluid, so I put some fluid in there and flushed them, and they're working good now. I'm going to try a couple of things here to get it started. I'm going to pull off the seat so I can access the air cleaner. Then probably put new plugs in eventually, but not now. I want to do the old trick where you put transmission fluid in the engine, just in case there is any corrosion in there. It did turn over with a jump pack. It did not start, but it did turn over, so I know the engine's not seized, but just want to make sure that it's lubed up okay. I've got a brand new battery for it, and we'll see what happens. So here's under the seat. It's got the original Yamaha toolkit. It's pretty cool. Gonna get the air cleaner off. Yeah, that may have to be addressed. Doesn't look too bad though. It's actually not too bad. But still, probably a good idea to replace this. About $12 or $13. Kind of neat. It's actually made of metal. Let's get the battery pulled next. I know this was completely dead and would not start at all. Actually amazed the rubber is still pliable. I wonder if that's original. I don't think it would be. Right. Yeah, that's lead acid. Yep, definitely dry. These do not look clean, so I'm gonna buff them up a little bit. Significant improvement there. Here's the new battery. I went with the gel. Figured that has to be good, right? All right, there you have it. Let's see now if it turns over okay. Amazingly enough, I got not one but 3 keys. I hope one of them works. There we go. And we have life. See if it'll start. Pull the clutch in. Awesome. Let's put a little transmission fluid in there. Get it lubed up and go from there. This is kind of nice. They actually labeled the wires with the cylinder number, so that makes it easy. Let's see how easily we can get these things out. That was super easy. Don't look too bad. Maybe just a hair on the lean side, but overall pretty good. Need an extension. That's a tight one. It's turning, but not easy. Very dry threads. Now I changed my mind on the transmission fluid, and I'm going with this 2-cycle oil that I had instead. I'm gonna put about an ounce down in there. Nice and purple. Yeah, still a little bit tough, but manageable. Definitely dry. That's going to change after this. Pretty consistent. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of this brand. ND. Made in Japan. That one came out substantially easier than number 3. It was actually probably the easiest one. Don't do what I just did. Yeah, still not too bad. Well, we got our oil in. I'm going to try to cycle the engine a few times. I don't know how old the gas is, but I probably should turn it off. Okay, well, there's no off. There's an on, a reserve, and a primary. All right, well, that settles that. Well, let's see if we can throw some oil. Whoop. Yep, that went everywhere. Let me try this again. I'm going to put a towel over these. All right, try it again. I can smell the old gas That's pretty bad. Wow. Let's take a look in here. Yeah. Pretty dirty. If you can see the amber colored gas in there, this will definitely have to come off and be drained and cleaned. So after doing that, sure looks like the floats are stuck open because there is a lot of gas coming out. Put some cat litter in this. Let's get the gas tank off. Pull the gas line. Not be a bad idea to replace it anyway. Alright, so the gas tank's been pulled. There's a top view of what we have. Judging by the leaks, the floats are probably stuck open from all that junk gas. We're going to have to work on this too. There's the drive shaft. I still don't know what that is. Power locks. Never heard of this, but that's got an angle grinder in its near future. Wonder what that's supposed to lock. Some sort of bag in there. Wonder what could be in there. No, actually, just looks like it's a rubber coated lock. Not that exciting whatsoever. So when I pulled the gas tank off, I noticed too that this line was here. That goes to the back of the petcock. Looks like it's hooked into the vacuum. So that must be relatable to the fuel. So I'm going to replace that too. This is very brittle. As you can see, this isn't too bad, but could be original. Just makes sense to replace it. Let's see if we can drain the bowls on the carb. Maybe get some fresh gas in here. That'll at least get us somewhere. I'm going to give the spark plugs a quick cleaning, just temporarily, just to see if I can get it to fire. Should be good. I've got those snugged down just a little bit. Put a little dielectric grease on here. Alright, repeat the same on the other side. Well, I'm really not sure how much gas is left in the bowls after all that leaking, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway. Turn the choke on. Let's see what happens. Doesn't seem to want to start. Wonder if there's still too much oil in this. There's a lot of gas in there. I gotta see if the gas filled up the crankcase, because that would be a lot of work. I wonder if it's seizing because it's hydrolocking. There's the sight glass. It doesn't smell like gas, so that's good. So I don't think that's it. Ooh. These boots are pretty bad. They're starting to get dry rotted. That's something that's going to have to be replaced. Well, let's give it another shot. Well, it did fire just a second there. Let's give it a couple shots of starting fluid. See if that'll help it along. Wow. We're getting somewhere. Definitely got some carb issues, no doubt about that. I'm also thinking the oil all over the plugs probably is not helping. Try bottle feeding it a little more. Nope. The neutral light just went off. I lost all my power. I wonder if I blew a fuse. Solenoid's not hot. Got it on run. Tail light doesn't work. All right, so this says main. Oh yeah, that baby's hot. Every time I touch it, I hear a relay clicking. Hear that? Look at the wear on those wires. Nice. Well, this is going to be a project. Well, kind of at a loss right now. Really, the only wiring is the ignition, which that's good. And that is the main headlight and turn signal. Aside from these wires being a little bit frayed, nothing I can see that has changed in the last 5 minutes. So, oh, tail light's back on. That's new. Neutral light still not there. Oh. All right, good. I don't know what happened, but magically it's working again. Let's give it a shot. See if we can get it started. Wow. The bike is in neutral. The back wheel spins, however, the neutral light is not on. Something we'll have to explore later on. High beam, low beam work. How about a little more starter fluid? Wow. That sounds pretty nice. Try it again. sure a majority of my problem is not getting fuel. Oh. Yep. Get all of that coming out of the exhaust, which I now see is rusted. Okay. Well, that's another thing to fix. And more carb leaking. But that's a good sign that at least it's running and all the electrical is somehow working again mysteriously. Oh well. Well, here's what I'm going to try now. So I've got my fuel line going into the carbs. And I've got a funnel. And I've got True Fuel 4-cycle. So I'm going to try to simulate the tank being replaced. I've got a feeling though that a lot of this is just going to run right out the bottom. Well, not yet, so let's see if I can get it to run, stay running. Wow. Oh. And there you have it. Let's try this again. Well, it is running on the choke. As soon as the choke turns off, so is the engine. Does not like getting gas. Let's fill up our tank again. Okay. Wow. It was idling. It's really drinking the gas in. Does not like getting throttle. time you give it some gas, she dies. Choke still on. Choke is off. So that's what we have here. A lot of stuff coming out. I haven't quite exactly figured out what that was. I'm hoping that is just the two-stroke oil that I put in the cylinders. But I guess we'll have to keep finding out. I'm going to learn as I go. Nothing on the other side, but it's also no holes on the other side. Let's see if Alright, so we are firing on 2 out of the 4 cylinders. This one is ice cold, that one's hot, this one's hot, this one is kind of hot, but not hot enough to justify it. So I'm going to check next, see if I have spark, and if I don't, I'm going to assume that I've got bigger problems. But if I do have spark, safe bet's probably the carb being clogged. All right, let's see if we have spark. Oh, sure do. That's a good one. Let's try number. All right, cylinder number 4. Let's see if we get spark. Try it again. Got spark. Didn't look great, but it was there. So with my limited mechanical knowledge, got a feeling this is the float that's sticking, and it's sticking open so that all that gas is flooding cylinder number 1, causing it to come out. So I popped the top off. Definitely going to need a cleaning, and we'll see what happens from there. All right, well, I pulled that out and cleaned it up, put a whole bunch of carbon throttle body cleaner down in there, messed around a little bit with the needle, and let's see if I got enough down in that float to make a difference. Still cold. So cylinder 1, cylinder 4 still not firing. Gotta be a carb issue, of course. So I guess the next step is get the carbs off, get new plugs, new air cleaner, get it all put back together. But all I can say is, hey, at least we got it running. So that's a win. Not too bad. Just needs to be cleaned up a little bit better. So let's call this the end of part 1. And there's going to be a lot more of this thing, I think, in my future. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at part 2.